moving, while some other party agents were busy harassing some voters who came in. And they continued until about 10 minutes past 12. When I was standing close to someone, and I had someone telling a group of guys it was time for them to scatter the election. I had them speaking it in Yoruba language and saying they have to scatter the election. And just before they even could say anything, everybody was, attacked. They started coming out from, different holes. From nobody even expected.
Wow.
And before you knew, they attacked everybody. Attacked the voters. Injured people, flogging people, beating people. Somebody actually phones were spoiled. All these things were happening, and before you knew, a car drove in, took the ballot box, took the biggest machine, and they left. And just everywhere scattered, chasing everybody away. So right now, that particular unit has been scattered. There's nobody there. The electoral officers have left. The police officers that were actually there ran for their life too as well. So it's a very critical condition. People went home back injured, really bad.
What did you say the polling unit number is again? Because I have
unit number 02703.
Okay, I have 008 Okota disrupted by thugs who came in numbers as well. That's been reported to me right now. Wow. How are you though? How are you?
I'm fine. I actually ran. I had to take off my branded shirt. I had to take off my branded shirt, my ID card, because I was one of, the target, because they were like saying I was the media person. I came to report and all of that, so I had to run. And first, it was actually very close to my house, so I had to run to the house. While I was running, every other person stayed there, trying to, run for safety. It was really, really not a good one to talk about.
The police ran from the thugs. The army didn't come.
No, army didn't come. We didn't see any army on ground. We had just 2 police officers. At a point in time, we only saw one, and it was just like.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So, can you see? Are you hearing what's happening in the area now?
I have not stepped back, but from what I'm seeing, it has been calm. But no polling, no election, no voting going on right now. It has just come back to normal, like a normal street. Everywhere scattered.
Wow. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Be safe, my brother. Be safe. I have a report from PU059. So let me. This is in PU059 is in oh, what have I done with it now? It's in Bagada, right? Bagada Estate. I think Bagada 1. Our estate is so quiet and cool. Never happened before. Let me just tell you what happened. They what am I doing? It's going lost. I'm gonna find it and read it, because as I'm pressing it, because the way the message is coming on, I'm losing, but basically the person said they came to their gate, to their estate with gunshots, and stuff like that. They started shooting the air. Luckily for them, there's an NDLEA office in their estate, which in fact the residents had even pushed against that. They don't want an NDLEA office there. But it's that NDLEA office that ended up saving them. So it says they stole the gubernatorial ballot box, but it was retrieved thanks to NDLEA guys. It was snatched immediately after my husband voted, and he got whiplashed on his back to demobilize him. I'm shocked at the whole thing. Now, this happened this is not them say, this is my girlfriend's estate in Bagada. That's PU059. Should I read messages? Is there anything on INEC website? No, website, Twitter. Is there anything on their Twitter handle? Because I hear they're communicating. I heard it this morning. What has someone who said? Did you go to? Did I just see you go to?
Yes,
the governor
was talking about him casting his votes too.
What was the last time?
An hour ago.
Right.
So he said, I exercised my right to vote as a resident of Lagos State. It's an important responsibility as we all share in building the future of our beloved state and country. I urge all eligible voters to come out and make their votes.
And then go on, security official. Read the whole thing. He then says security officials.
Security officials are at every polling is a threat, so I'm still going to.
Okay, where's the rest of it?
Okay.
That's it. Right. So, Mr. Governor, if the security officers at every...
Yes, security officials are at every polling unit to ensure the safety of voters. Let us cooperate with them and vote peacefully. Remember, our vote counts and every vote counts. Matters.
Okay. And how long ago was that tweet?
An hour.
An hour ago. So, sir, an hour ago you sent a tweet. Prior to that hour, we've been reporting and we've had reports of several of your citizens getting harassed in different violent tactics ways. We've had reports of even those security officers that you say are at every polling unit being harassed and overtaken and overwhelmed by this violent, idiotic members of Lagos State. But yet, sir, you say we are to we're to cooperate. I don't know, and I know that you've voted in what's the name of that place, that bridge that goes down in Ikoyi? Begins with an F. Falomo. Right, that's the word. I think you vote at Falomo. If I watched it earlier this morning, they said that's your voting booth. I hope I'm correct. We haven't had any reports of anything happening in Falomo, so I presume Falomo was safe. We haven't had reports of issues happening in Ikoyi. Cameron has been okay. All other places, I have friends there. They've said they're cool. Some even voted in seconds. It's been okay. A lot of Oniru, okay, apart from the parts that I read out, right, where people were intimidated, where it took the RRS security, the RRS to guide my friend to vote. She lives in Oniru. So I can't say I drove past, when I started, like I said, I drove past a lot of polling units. In fact, the one by Queen's Park is the one that's empty. Literally, there was hardly anybody there, and it's outside. So I get all of that. And I get that, yes, people are, are having good experience as well, sir. But when we're hearing so many, I can't count. I don't know what to estimate, whether it's 50, whether it's 100, whether it's 2,000. When we are hearing so many people, when we hear people close to tears because they're recounting their experience, the way they've been disenfranchised, not because they failed to do what they're supposed to do, but because of violent people in our state, sir. You can't tell us that the security officials are out there and we should cooperate with them to make sure we're safe, because we will find that very, 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 very hard to believe, sir. I know it was a tweet and perhaps that's what you've experienced. Perhaps that's what your team told you. Sir, I need you to be listening to the radio right now. I need you to plug into any radio station. You can plug into ours and just hear what's going on, so you can really deal with this, irrespective of who wins. Because I presume you care, and I like to think that you care. I really, 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 really think that you care. You must care. So we need you to come. Just listen to what people are saying. So that platitude that you posted out there on your Twitter handle doesn't come across as something of an insult. Let's answer more calls. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, you're Mr. Amba online.
Mr. Amba, talk to me.
My experience this afternoon, we're on my poly unit. I went there. Unfortunately, I saw that was an Itwe Road, 17 and Jory Street. I'll give you the detail. When I went there this morning to cast my vote, I saw some of Yoruba, including my landlord's son, by name. So he was telling me, who am I voting? And I told him, you know whom you vote. I know whom I vote.
Mm-hmm.
Say in Yoruba, Waman no imbi, Waman no imbi. And I told him, Side, you know me very well, that you know that you cannot even do it here. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot, never even in your life do it. You understand? Then he was telling me, am I bigger than those people who do it or whatever? I told him, you did it and another person doesn't mean that you will do it to me. That he knows me well, that I stand in my authority, that nobody can do it. So it should be far from you. Then the PDP, what did they call, agent or representative there, was telling him, man, you have started here, He said that he's just joking. He said, the person that you are joking, does he take it as a joking? So what am I saying? That is how elections here in Nigeria, especially in Lagos State, where I am. You understand? Okay, take for instance, PDP, governor representative or candidate is Yoruba. Labour Party, Yoruba. APC, Yoruba. Then how are they dragging Igbo people on it? Why are they dragging Igbo people on it? Election in the north, Igbo are victims. Election in the west, Igbo are victims. Where does this signify us in this country? Everybody have seen. I have seen how people are calling, bringing reports here and here. They don't want other tribes to vote, this and that. Why can't them allow us for us to stay our own? In as much they say one Nigeria, this thing we are seeing today, or we are seeing in election time, is it one Nigeria? An Igbo man is not contesting as a governor in Lagos State, but you have been hearing feedback from all diverse states of this, all the diverse local governments in Lagos State, how we both are being intimidated, and then call this country one Nigeria. Can you see any things about one Nigeria on this election? Okay, now, will that allow us to stay on our own? When we agitate, army will come after us. When we agitate, police will come after us. Then where do we have peace in this country called Nigeria? It's a shame. It's a very big shame. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So I have an update here about the Ikota issue. A middle-aged man narrowly escaped death this afternoon after he was beaten at his polling unit at Ikota Primary School. The incident happened just after popular actress Chioma Chukwuma was chased by hoodlums from the polling booth for coming with bouncers to cast her vote. When Nigeria Info visited the injured man at a nearby hospital, he told us he was attacked after some thugs accused him of belonging to the opposition and taking a video record of their activities. He told our correspondent that it took the efforts of well-meaning Nigerians to drag him to safety. I can see, yeah. So, apparently, the one I was telling you about, my friend, more reports just came in. She just said, the question is how 3 buses loaded with thugs will be able to enter and exit the estate unchallenged. This is the one in Bagada. I was told the security men ran away with their supervisors leading the race. They were disguised as INEC monitoring team. Bear in mind that our estate security officials are not armed.
Again, let's look at it this way. The hosts and the visitors, like they've always said, the hosts have more population than the visitors.
I need you to stop speaking like that.
Okay.
No, because we can't keep speaking in such divisive lyrics. And I won't have you call yourself a visitor. Just, I don't need to be called a host.
That is it.
Do you understand? We are Nigerians, and that is the message. And that is the truth.
Okay, my point is...
I mean, incidentally, the other half of me is from Anambra, so what do you want to call me? Exactly.
And let's not forget again that most of the persons actually making these threats, they are not even by origin Lagosians.
No,
even if they were.
Fine, they speak Yoruba, fine, but...
Let's even say they are. this, you said a bus or 3 buses.
A bus with 3, yeah.
Filled with thugs.
Yeah.
This is, when you convert it, this is numbers. If they go and vote. So why not get these people to actually go out and partake
in the voting
political
process.
Make sure they get their PVCs and make sure they go and vote.
Absolutely. You wonder, right?
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying.
Because these are numbers.
What's the magic word today? Idiots. Go on.
Someone actually mentioned that most of these thugs don't even have voters cards, so I'm not surprised.
They don't.
Again, what's the magic word?
And what they still don't understand is that most of these leaders actually, year in, year out, use them only for this purpose.
I think they understand. I think we have to stop saying, sometimes, we absolve people of responsibility when we say they don't understand. It's like a friend of mine, we shall remain nameless, was on a TV station. And he called me afterwards and he said, I'm so fed up with people keep saying the president doesn't know. How do you mean he doesn't know? So let's stop saying they don't understand. They knew how to drive to Bagada. They got a bus. They got on a bus. They got there. They did boos. So I refuse to believe that they don't understand. I'm not joking. I think we absolve them, just like when you say somebody is doing ritual killing, we absolve them of their conscious responsibility. Because actions, you have to move your hand before it goes forward. It's not like your hands stand up by themselves, Abi. Your brain sends a message and then you move your hand. Right? So we can't keep absolving people of their responsibility by saying they don't understand. I'm sorry. That's why I keep saying today's magic word is idiots. Right? They are short-sighted idiots with criminal minds. You can only make it look. I've lived in this country now for 15 years and I didn't grow up here. And people will say to me, Ireti, how are you able to exist? And I choose to stay, by the way. I have to say that. And they'll say, why do you choose to stay in that country? How do you manage it? To do this one, you have to do. I said, you see, here's the thing. You've got to make a conscious effort. And doing the right thing takes longer. There are processes in Nigeria, but doing the process without having to bribe somebody takes longer. It's not that it doesn't exist.
It does. It exists.
It exists. It's just that it requires you to then handhold it all the way. My child wants to get into jam. Oh yeah, Coco, this one, that one, this one. Good afternoon. Where do I go? You're not paying. No, I'm not paying. Go that way. Do you understand? And that's the thing here, is that we all have a responsibility. We are all conscious human beings unless you're 7 foot under. You decide what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Nobody can come to me now and say, Ireti, I want you to sell this narrative on air. I interviewed four of all the candidates on my IG Live, even though I'd interviewed them here last year, right? All the Guber candidates for Lagos, and I did an IG Live. And I decided to do that. And this is what I mean when you say you want to make you take a conscious action in order to fix things or to do your bit to fix things. I could have waited till I was on air yesterday, but I'm like, no, they've just extended this thing by 1 week. What are we going to do with this weekend? I'm going to use this weekend to bring these people on air, and so that the voters can be educated more and they know their choices. Okay. Another person interviewed one of the people that I interviewed and collected money to do that interview. I didn't. Is it because I'm stupid? No. Okay. Do you understand? So that person made the choice the choice to do that, to collect that. And he didn't collect small money. Oh. He collects Owonla with zeros at the back. Right? So we have to stop absolving people of their responsibility to say they didn't know. Look, I'm not here to judge him. That's his thing. He sells his handle. You want to come and talk on there, you're a politician. He sells it. Okay, fine. I don't sell mine. Fine. Everybody with their intention, right? Everybody with their action. Everybody with their accountability. Everybody with their responsibility. You know. So let me read out your messages, or should we answer calls?
Go
ahead.
Quickly away from Lagos State.
Yes, please.
From Benue this time around, Boko South at Agashua Street, PU 026. We have thugs disrupted the process, but one was shot down by security operatives. And I think we also have one from our correspondent to confirm this story. He said 2 PDP thugs were gunned down in Boko. One of them who were gunned down in Boko today for snatching ballot box is a family man with wife and children. Wow. That's from Boko, Benue State, to be precise.
Wow, okay. We're going to go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. The biggest and most consistent comedy show in Africa is here again. Come witness the electrifying creativity from the legends in the game. It's AY Live Legendary Edition on Easter Sunday, April 9th, featuring Alibaba, Gandoki, Igodai, Cordons, Funny Bone, Akboro, Acapella, Destoka, Real Worry Pekin, Arinze Baba, Ajebo, Mr. Paul, Ogwefi, hosted by the most followed comedian in Africa, AY. Musical performances by legendary and rave-making Nigerian musical artists at home and abroad. AY Live will be a town hall of 3 different generations of comedic experience. Echo Convention Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. The show starts 7 p.m. Ticket regular 6,000 naira, VIP 30,000 naira, Go table 2.5 million naira, Premium table 5 million naira. Ticket outlets: all Ebano supermarkets, Film House Cinemas, all Tasty Fried Chicken outlets. Call 0704-921-5448. Powered by Coleman Wires, Revolution Plus Properties, New Age. Packaged by Lanre Macro Events. Media partners: Cool Wazobia Info.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the studios. It's the Mandate 23 live.
Okay, I'm going to be losing my guest. They've got to go on to our sister TV station. Good day. I'm really I'm loving my conversation with you and Stanley, but let me let you sign out. What would you like to say?
Take off.
What would you like to say? Good day. To Club before you leave.
Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate Nigerians for participating in this electoral process, especially those who are voting for the first time. I first of all want to say this happens to be the worst election I've ever experienced, but those who have been here before me.
Well, how old are you?
Actually, I'll be 38 this year.
All right.
So those who have actually been here
history
before
tells
me,
you that there were uglier ones.
Yeah,
yes.
the uglier
but
ones.
That's
really.
no excuse, because we should have come forward.
Exactly. But to really encourage Nigerians, especially at the state level, we should know or understand that the state level happens to be, all the elections are actually important, but the state level happens to be the more important,
critical to your life,
closest to us, so more critical to our life. So we should ensure, if you're still sitting down home there, you're scared or whatever, just try, make that move, go carry out your own civic responsibility, leave every other one for others, but you do your own bit, and hopefully we see a better Nigeria as soonest.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Stanley.
Well, for me, I'm hoping and praying that the unemployment issue improves, that the poverty rating actually also improve, so that people can be seriously engaged with real things rather than becoming pawns in the hands of people who really do not care. But I mean, people with only just selfish interests. When they eventually get in there, they continue to look around for themselves and their families too, and leave you there. Like a popular politician would say, show me that place where they sell bread cheaper so I can go and buy. Okay, so let nobody try to be a hero. Go out there, vote. If the environment is unhealthy, if it's toxic, if it's cloudy, kindly pull back. Stay from afar and watch. If it gets extra tough, leave. Leave. Because for me, this is not an election. This is just a formality to not let. I mean, governor. So please let's be safe out there. Let's be very, very conscious and vigilant of our environment. And it's one Nigeria. I'm very much out of it. I like to take your words in Lagos.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
You were born and brought up in Lagos. I'm sure of that. Besides, I was also born and brought up in Lagos.
If you
So you know,
you don't know the song, Stanley. Oyingbo. Banana Island. You go, that's Lagos. You. So stop calling yourself a visitor. What you talking about, Willis? Thank you so much. And my love to your parents. I hope they're safe.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah?
They are.
I really, really send them my love. Big hugs from me to them and to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy. Yes, you're dumping me for those words with your people because I can't speak pidgin. Oh yeah, Joe, come out. Oh yeah, go Joe.
Yeah, no, we don't come out.
Oh yeah, go Joe, come out. Thank you so much. Bless you guys. So and a big thank you to SBM Intelligence. Look, if people want to sell you guys, they want to send you info. Where are they sending it to? Because they might be wanting to send stuff.
Yeah, they can actually go
I know
to
you
the
guys
website,
collect all the data.
www.sbmintel.com, or you could just send contact at sbmintel.com.
Okay, super.
Also, you can tag us on Twitter as well.
At
on Twitter, at SBM Intel. Even on Instagram as well at SBM Intel.
Also
SBM for mother, S for sugar, B for Bravo, M for mother, Intel, right?
Yeah.
Tel with one L or double
with
L?
One L.
With one L. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you. Stanley from Oyingbo. Catch you later, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, my love. Take care.
All right.
Ciao, ciao. Right. Let me read your messages. I have so many, and I want to try and read as many as possible. Yes, Zainab and I. Let me just give a warning to those people in Lekki. I hope your ears are burning. This is, I might not be an OMC Oluomo, but tobacco jollof rice. Nobody has monopoly. Nobody has monopoly of small shops. The small shops is even more important. Right? So please be sending small shops this way. All right? You see, we were here doing the work for the nation. You people are voting and chopping, as in chopping and having a meal. Be nice now. Be nice. You didn't even give Stanley from Oyingbo. He has just left now. If I had small shops here, I would have stopped them from leaving. I'd have been able to bribe them with something. Come on, you guys. So I'm going to try and read as many of your messages as possible. Oh, dear. The AC is getting hot for me again. No, and I've not got menopause before you start saying that, Kobonko. Right. A friend just informed me in the Alegushi area that they were told that they must conclude and pack up by 3 p.m. because Oro will continue from then. Say what? Can't be doing Oro in the afternoon now. What are you talking about? Kilode. Have you ever heard the noise for Oro? Somebody's just talking. You can look. I remember Oro when I was a child, and we'll go to Ikorodu, right? And you wouldn't, we would spend I don't know, Odun, Muslim Odun, and say yes, that's when you get to eat all the ram meat. And you didn't have to be, of course we weren't out, but inside your bedroom alone, alhamdulillah. You see the shrieking. If you're there to be awake, It literally paralyzes you in your bed. I can't explain it. It's insane. They will not be doing oral in the afternoon because obìnrin ò kí ń rorò. Bóbìnrin fojú kóró orò á gbé. That means if a woman, yes, it's a patriarchal festival. So that's one of the reasons they can't do it in the afternoon. So a friend of mine once, a sister, didn't know. And she came into Ikorodu, no lie. And they basically, they ended up, on this. Yes, oh yeah. So she ran. Like she was in shock. She didn't know. Maybe she hadn't gotten in touch. Then I'll even have to look for the story again because she sent it. She reminded me. And so she ran quickly into the parents' house, into the dad's house. And they came banging on the door. They demanded for her. Demanded. The father had to go out and be begging. Therefore, Mikoroduo. So please use your ears. If you have it, open it. Therefore, Mikorodu. The father had to go out and beg. They demanded that they must have her because Bobirin fojú kóró orò á gbé. So what happened? Because the father was also a chief or whatever in Ikorodu, the only way they let her off, they had to do a tutu. Yes. She left. I'm not saying they told her to leave the country, but she pretty much scarpered. I would have sent my child out of the country as well. So nobody's going to be doing Oro in the afternoon. Yeah? So that's why I told you that story. It's not possible. Otherwise, we're all gone. And I know I'm still going to be here on Tuesday night.
Sure.
Absolutely. So here we go. Hello, Nigeria Info. There is voter suppression going on in Obadore area of Alimosho LGA. Thugs of APC stopping and beating up people who will not vote for their party. A 63-year-old man was beaten up to a pub for not voting for them. That's from Victor. Okay. I have, there's a tweet here that I'd like to read. And we have the updates for the tweet. The handle is at Williams Fatayo. I'm going to read it slowly. I voted with a gun to my neck, with thugs telling me which party to vote for. I feel cheated. I have never felt this helpless in a long time. We are in trouble. He sent that post, he put that post out at 12:27 p.m. So before, it was sent to me, by the way. So, of course, we had to verify first. And then I asked my fellow superwoman here, Zainab, to check on his Twitter handle. And Zainab, what do you see on that Twitter handle?
So Williams goes, I took my tweet down. It's getting undesired attention. And that might put unwanted target on me.
There you go. I'll keep reading your messages. Ola from Amukoko. She said, okay, thugs just came to disrupt the elections at polling unit 032-034-045-048 and Alafia Musafejo ward in Amukoko. And they broke a bottle on a lady's head. But I eventually cast my vote at PU 048 for my favorite candidate. But there is intimidation by the ruling party. I hope that woman is well. Good evening. Evening? Okay. I get it. Sisioge, my polling unit, the APC men and women are intimidating everyone in the full glare of the policemen and women. At Ikorodu, Ikpakodo, polling units 28, 29, 30, 31. I am sure you will barely get any vote from any other party. I had to stand up for an Igbo lady threatened to be slapped. Can you imagine two of the thugs came to my house when I got back home to look for me. Oh my word. Are you okay? Please call us. You can call and be anonymous because you're anonymous on your text message. Please, please, please give us a call. I'd like to know that you're okay. I hope you're not alone. Good afternoon, sir. I am at polling unit 20040802, Bale Palace along Agungi Ajima Road. INEC officers have not... Say what? INEC officers, this was at 1:05 p.m. Please escalate to the appropriate authority. INEC... It's me again, Cecile Gay. I would like to remain anonymous. I have always followed Nigeria Info for years. And thank God, yeah, I know, Nigeria Info text message. And thank God I was able to finally start contributing on programs of late. This year has been my every year I followed electoral process with everything I have apart from the one that brought PMB into power in 2015 when Goodluck Jonathan was voted. When Goodluck said his victory does not warrant bloodshed in the country, thereby stepping down and congratulating the opposition candidate. Then I knew that we were in for somewhat of an era of government that would do whatever it takes to put its citizens under harshness and nobody will be held accountable. Now, this governor election, but 2015 was actually qualified as one of the most free and fairest, which I guess is why Goodluck stepped down. I don't know. Anyway, where am I? Now this governor-elect shows whatever might have happened in the presidential election and its process. My question is it by force to rule the people by the ruling party not wanting to leave power? I am just sad and my heart is really bleeding. Imagine all the reports going on right now. Yes, I feel you, my brother, sister. I feel you. All the polling units around the Cotton roundabout to Old Garage to Igondo Road to Ijegun Road, thugs are in charge. They determine who votes or not. I was chased away from my voting by Agbero called Shoge and his group. That's Paul from Ikotu. I can't read that because that's the kind of message really we don't do here. My PU is in Ward 5 in Igboleri, Yellow Corner Bus Stop, Ibaujo local government. My PU have been hijacked by APC thugs. And by APC thugs, they are standing right beside you in the polling booth. If you mistakenly vote any other party from APC, you will be beaten. Good afternoon, Nigeria Info. I'm at polling unit 20, Dada Street, Ifako, Ijaye. Voting is ongoing peacefully. INEC officials I asked told me that they will declare results at 2 o'clock. I'll be there till results are announced. Thank you for your good work. That's George from Ogba. Excellent. Thank you, George. Well done, the INEC over there. Election as of 18th of March 2023, Ado Primary School polling station. No election at that polling station. As you are coming at the gate, you will be told if you are not voting for APC, go home. Next, after accredited, they will collect the paper and thumbprint and put it in the ballot box. I'm really not understanding this. They collect your paper, your ballot paper for you, make you thumbprint and then put it in the... While this is happening, people start going home. Same is happening at Badore Primary School, but that of Ado Primary School is an open market. Do video, they will take your phone, but police are standing looking at the event happening. Good afternoon, Cecile. I want to remain anonymous. I have cast my vote at K2, but the turnout was too low. The agent of the ruling party told me plainly that no non-indigent will be allowed to vote because he is well known to me. I felt ashamed as a Yoruba. The ruling party agents are mostly MC Oluomo boys. Shame, 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 shame on the ruling party. Do we have one of our reporters
Yes, we
online?
do.
Okay. Who is that?
Emmanuel Onwuka.
Oh, okay. Hello, Emmanuel. Hello. Good afternoon, Emmanuel. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Where are you now?
I am at VGC right now.
Okay.
I had to go around down to Ikota, Elegushi, Ikate area, like I had said earlier, to see the situation of things before I come back to VGC.
Okay. Tell us.
Yes. So I'm at VGC right now, and
no. How was Ikate? How was Ikate? You said you went to Ikate, right?
Oh yes, Ikate was calmed in quotes because people were moving around. So I would call it moodily, sort of like they were being controlled, anxious.
Yes.
Yeah. But I saw the military on ground. I saw various police vehicles on ground at the Elegushi, at the palace, at the Oba's palace. The polling units are all around. And in some of the polling units, I observed that there was no secret voting, so to speak. So they just had a table in front of them, and the people were thumbprinting right there in front of onlookers.
What?
Who could actually see what they were thumbprinting and the parties they were voting for. I saw it in about 3 of the polling units around the area, but there was no. I didn't feel any resistance from anybody. I took videos, I took pictures. I had to meet people and take permissions before I did all that. But I didn't see any form of harassment. But I observed that the number of persons and the kind of persons I saw at the last elections were noticeably absent in this very election.
Oh, you mean voters?
Yes, voters.
So there were new faces that you saw?
So the faces I saw were more of the elderly. But the last election, we had more of the youth,
young people,
trooping out and staying with their votes. So, after the voting process, they hung around, they stayed around. But this one, I am seeing only most of the people that are voting are the aged people, people who are residents around the area, but are not in the category of youth, like was seen in the previous elections.
Interesting. Okay, back at VGC, what's going on there?
Okay, before I get back to VGC, I also encountered an incident at Ikota.
Okay, tell us.
Yes, Ikota Primary School, where it's a sort of a rack center where you have various polling units, about 6 of them inside the primary school. And I found that just some minutes after 9 o'clock, some minutes to 10 o'clock, that hoodlums had attacked the place. And they had beaten some voters and had chased out the popular actress Choma Chukwuka, who was also around the area. Her polling unit is also part of a part of those ones in the primary school. And they have chased her out allegedly because she had come into the place with a bouncer. That was the excuse they gave, and they chased her out. But a resident, a voter there who spoke to me from his hospital bed, told me that he was beaten after she was chased out because they started chasing out other persons perceived to be from other tribes.
Wow.
Yes. So that was the situation I met at the Ikota. But while I was there, the situation was calm and just as apprehensive as it was at Elegushi. There were police officers around, armed and unarmed, but there were less persons around the polling areas, and people were just moving on in the zombie kind of fashion, just looking and moving, and the numbers were really, 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 really scarce. Now at VGC, the situation has further degenerated to the INEC personnel who had earlier been waiting, and had set up outside the gates of the VGC. They've left. Currently, they've left. And I hear right now, I'm just walking down to see how I can confirm that the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner for Lagos State is currently in this estate. and is meeting with officials of the estate.
Have you said that the polling, the VGC polling units that was moved outside has gone in, or that it's no longer there?
Oh, they've left. INEC personnel, the materials, every one of them have left. They're no longer here. And it's not 2:30 yet. When I spoke with the head of education and publicity of INEC earlier today, she told me they would leave by 2:30. Moment, it's not yet 2:30, but they told me they've left about an hour ago.
Wow. So you're trying to see if the INEC REC. Have you been able to get hold of Funsho Doherty?
No, I've not been able to get hold of him. I can't see him around.
Are people still hanging around there?
Have gone back to their homes.
Wow.
Inside. I'm walking inside the estate right now. I'm inside the estate, and a lot of persons have gone back to their homes. They had earlier troops out in their numbers, but presently they've gone back to their homes, so to speak, at the vote station. Without
being able to vote?
Yes, without being able to vote. So everybody's just feeling very annoyed and angry, that they were disenfranchised and you're not allowed to vote, despite coming out in the numbers and doing the right thing and providing, a safe haven for INEC personnel to actually cast their votes. They had food ready, they had drinks ready, and everything ready, but they're very, very disappointed, that they are not able to cast their votes in this election.
Wow. Okay, so let us know if you find anyone that can talk to us.
Yes, I'm actually doing that. I'm trying to see if I can get to any of the estate management. Present here.
Okay,
we have some persons staying around. We have some persons around. They've not left their house, but they're elderly. They are very elderly. But they're staying around and trying to see how they can speak to INEC and see if they can change things. That's just the situation right now in here. But lots and lots of persons who had earlier come outside, they've gone back to their homes, possibly waiting for any updates for them to return back to cast their vote. But the time is fast spent, and it's nearly the close of day for INEC, according to how it's stated there in the law that 2:30, counting commences.
Wow. Well, okay, let us know. Please try and see if you can speak to anybody. If I can get hold of Funsho, who's polling, who's one of the candidates, who's polling, that's his PU. That would be really good if we can get him, because I'm sure he will have something strong to say about that, certainly. Yeah?
Yes, because he's a governorship candidate.
Absolutely.
He whatever happens to him, it's going to tell on his supporters. He has a lot of people looking up to him.
Without
because,
a doubt.
It's an abnormality that a governorship candidate is disenfranchised, and is not able to vote during an election that is involved in.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to get someone. I'm just walking around trying to see if I can get a hold of the estate chairman.
Okay.
To try and see if we can get an official update from him as to what is being done at this place right now.
Okay, brilliant. Do you want to call us back, or so you're able to find him? Yeah?
Okay. I found him.
Oh, great.
Not full sure though, but
the chairman. That's a good start. Yeah.
Yes. So just a minute. Yes. So, I have here with me the estate chairman of VGC.
Okay.
Here with me.
What's his name?
Speak to him as to update about situation of things. We've been told that the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner is around. I don't know if that's confirmed.
What's his name?
Yes, he is around. And we have agreed that the polling units will be moved inside the community. So we're just waiting for that to happen at the moment.
Okay. What? Sorry, who am I speaking with, please? Your name, please?
This is Gihan Imbelu, the chairman of VGC.
Dehan, right. Okay. So we've, as you've met Emmanuel there, and he's given us an update on to what's happened today up until now. So even if INEC now move the polling unit into VGC, are they willing to stay there until late? Have you spoken to them about time?
Everyone should get the opportunity to vote, regardless of how long that takes. So we're advocating for this being done another day, because the only way you truly capture the number of people that are willing to vote. So of course, around timing, again, safety is an issue. There are reports that there were certain INEC staff that were kept till early hours of the morning. Of course, in VGC, we heard that there was a rumor that happened. We don't have a security report that backs that up, but we heard it happened in a few communities, and that's the reason for the polling unit being moved out. So we're hoping that this will be done another day, because there's no way you can capture even 20% of the community in 2 or 3 hours.
Absolutely. Just give us an idea. I don't know whether you have an idea as the chairman, how many people this affects roughly.
Say that again?
The number of people affected by this mess, if you like, in VGC, roughly. Do you have an idea?
If we take data from the last election we had, we're talking about close to 3,000 people.
Wow. Okay, we need to know. Are you aware of Funsho Doherty, who is one of the candidates for Guber, who is also resident in VGC?
Yes, I am aware. Yes.
Okay, all right. Do you know if he's still around?
Yes, I think he's in the park.
Okay.
He's trying to see how the people can vote.
Okay.
So I think he's at the park at the moment, yes.
Okay, all right. And so your preference would be for the voting to happen another day, perhaps tomorrow or some other day?
Yeah, ideally, because it's important that people are able to come out and feel heard. I mean, nobody's saying who's going to win the polling unit. You don't know that until you count the numbers. But people want to be counted, and I think if you have to move it to a different day to accomplish that, it's something that needs to be considered.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Emmanuel is there. He'll give us an update. Thank you for talking to me.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Emmanuel, let us know if you can find Funsho and then call us back so we can speak to him.
All right.
Yeah?
I'll do that.
Good job, my brother. You see, we young people, when we do it, we do it. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, my love. Thank you. I have a message here. Anonymous. He says, honestly, at this stage, I give up. We need law and order in this country. APC, PDP and Labour have all taken laws into their hands as I speak. Labour too have started scattering units in Lagos. No police. APC, Labour, very soon PDP too will start. I don't understand that politics again. I give up. Let's answer more calls. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Please, may I remain anonymous, please?
Yes, you may. Which area are you calling from?
Amuwo-Odofin.
Okay. Tell me.
I called earlier, but it didn't go through to make the report, though I've left the place. But earlier we had some talks threatening the voters, insisting that they must vote for their candidate. Then when you don't respond, they ask you to just vote and leave. In fact, the police officers and some of the security agents we have around, they threatened them. Some of them sat down trying to take their snacks and drinks. They threatened them to please stop eating here. This is not a party. It's not naming ceremony. This is not East. Please go back to your place. Go and vote in your place. If you know you're not here to vote for APC, please just vote and leave. So people are anxious. There's this anxiety in the air. and they are just voting. Some leave because of the fear of attack. Earlier in the morning, there had been an attack, and an LP agent was attacked and injured on the ear.
Wow.
He left, and somebody else replaced him. Now, the one that replaced is scared of hanging his tag. People advised that he should just hide his tag to avoid them attacking him. So we are just roaming around, waiting to see what happens. And the fear is, by the time they want to start counting the votes, they will want to attack again. So they're just standing around the perimeter that's under the bridge.
Yeah.
And the police there, I don't know what they can do, because they threaten them too, and they're just standing hanging, watching them. But the voters come in, trickle in, walk in, and leave. And some are scared of standing or waiting to count their votes because they've told them to vote and leave. So please, if they can get the military or agents that can assist the ones we have on ground to see what they can do and get the votes counted.
And what's the PU unit?
069 under the bridge.
Hold on, I'm writing this down. 069 under bridge in
Amuwo, that's leading to Festac.
Yeah. And my pen is refusing. Okay. PU 069. Okay, Amuwo. Under bridge. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your report. God bless you. Should I answer more calls? Hello?
Hello.
Yes. I need you to turn your radio off. I can hear me. I didn't realize that's what I sounded like, actually.
Okay, okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm actually calling from Egbe Ilewe.
Egbe Ilewe? Yes. Which is where?
Yeah, in Ikotun.
Ikotun, yes. Okay.
Yeah, Limosho local government.
All right, okay.
Sisoga, I've been calling for more than 2 hours now. I voted at PU 004. Now, this is what happened. The voting was very peaceful, though the turnout was pretty low. Then in 007, 008, 009, voting was ongoing. We had a larger crowd than where I voted. Voting was ongoing. All of a sudden, so a group of boys on a Korope bus and another bus that is not Korope, it's not painted. They just turned the area with those ones with cutlass, with bottles, just took over the 3 polling units, and it was a big fight. People started running for their lives. Then there are some boys that resisted them, and what I'm telling you, I'm hiding somewhere calling you now.
Wow.
It was terrible, Sisoge. I started voting since 1983. This is the worst election I have ever witnessed in my life. I'm hiding inside the shop calling you so that these guys will not know that I'm calling, I'm making a call, reporting what is going on.
And where are you? Did you say PU 009?
I voted as 004. There is no problem there.
Okay.
But across the road, where it's called Akinkoka Junction,
okay,
there are about 3 polling units there. That was where this incident, because that area have a larger crowd.
Okay.
These people stormed there, cutlass, bottles. They came with 2 buses. Some walked down with sticks. I tell you, it was something terrible. So I don't know who radioed the Kotu police station. So we just had their siren. About maybe a dozen of the policemen with arms. They just came to the area now.
Okay, you can hear it. I was just about to say. So you're hiding in a shop now because you can't even go home.
Yes, I'm hiding in a shop. You can see how I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So because I wouldn't want these people to
know that you're on the phone. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the shop like where you're hiding? What about the owner of the shop?
Oh?
Hello?
Hello, yeah?
Yeah, the owner of the shop. where you're hiding?
Yeah, she just took me in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really, really good of her.
Yeah.
So you're not able to go home. You're waiting for the police to come and fix the place. Oh, I hope he's okay. Okay. Let's answer more calls.
Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
What's your name and where you calling from, please?
Yeah, this is Chris calling from Kafa.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, we have problems around this area.
Which area did you say?
Let me start with the polling booth at Yakola Plaza, close to Jokonde Gate.
What's the number?
I don't. Please,
Okay.
sorry, I don't have the particular number of that polling, but the other three polling number units, I have the numbers.
Okay.
Polling booth 001.
Mm-hmm.
When they left that Yakola Plaza, where they came and carried the whole ballot paper and tear everything and throw inside the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went, throw everything inside the gutter. The second one, they went in front of Igala Estate, the same close to that Yakola Plaza. That was around the road between that Jokonde Gate and the NPC bus stop.
Mm.
They scattered those ones. They now decided to come to that polling booth 001. But the youth around them mobilized themselves and blocked all the whole gate leading to that particular one. Then they went to association. The youth around there blocked that one. Then they went to polling booth 0078. They took the ballot box and made away with it. They later came back and asked the INEC officials to start again. Then they restricted people from voting. As I'm talking to you, and I just left that because everywhere was so scanty. People were running for their life. They made it impossible for people to vote there. If you come to that place, they will ask you, do you want to vote for APC or not? If you're not ready to vote for APC, you go. Before you will vote for APC, they will accredit you. You must vote in their presence for them to make sure that you voted for APC. At a time, they start turning people. And when they see young men and young ladies, they will not allow them to come to that place. It's only elderly people they are allowed to vote there. Then they came to the other polling booth 00079. That one is called Tunde Sanusi. That one they try to make problems there, but the son of that Tunde Sanusi, he was a well-known person there, and the guy didn't want problem. Yes, he tried to calm them down, and they decided to leave that particular place. But the instruction they gave to everybody that is not an indigenous is that if you want to vote, you vote and go. They don't want anybody to be there.
And you mean anyone that is a non-Yoruba, not necessarily a non-indigenous?
Yes, if you know that you are not an indigenous, you better vote and go. If you don't want to encourage your road. Then the other polling booth 077, that is Akinsonya, leading to from that in the Sunny leading to an NPC, but that is where MC Oloma's parents live. That one is no-go area. It's only you want to vote for APC, you come there. If you don't want to vote for APC, don't come around there. This is what we are witnessing here.
What did you call the name of that road?
Akinsonya.
077.
Yes.
Akinsonya, that's in Jakonde as well. This same Jakonde on the island.
This is ASICs of Jakonde.
This Jakonde area in Lekki.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right.
So this is what we witnessed today. A lot of people came in mass to vote, but they were denied access to vote because of fear. When they started fighting us this morning, even some people got wounded. A lot of people were wounded, both women and men. Because of that fear, a lot of women ran home. None of them could be able to wait and vote again. Some people told their family to go home. This is not their father's president or governorship election. So if they kill them, nothing will come out of it. They should leave. So you see that it's only people that have the courage that are there. So this is exactly what you are witnessing. So as I'm talking to you at that polling booth 001, a lot of youth gathered there for the past 2 hours now. They were there guiding the place. Because that place has a larger number of voters. They have up to 2,000 to 3,000 voters there. So that place is a very big place. So the youth mobilized themselves. They were there now, keeping vigilant to make sure that the vote is being counted before they go.
Wow. I can't even know what to say, but thank you for telling us all of that because somebody's listening. You know, thank you, sir, and stay safe. Thank you so much. Right, should I read out your messages? Yeah, should we do messages? Okay, what have I got here? Hello, Ireti. The Jaconde the caller is talking about is the one here in Okay. Aha, I thought so. In Okeafa. Okeafa Isolo and not Lekki. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Clarifications matter too. Ellis is say echo. Love to remain anonymous. That's fine. In few months to come, I will be 65 years old. I've been on with your station since morning with Uncle Jimmy Uncle, whom you took over from. It's been violence after violence after violence, and even the security agents who are supposed to secure the citizenry looks the other way, the other side, and do nothing. And there was promised the government, and some actually they tried to do nothing and they got overwhelmed. Let's not forget that, right? There was promised the government from the INEC and the police. In fact, I've been weeping for Nigeria since morning. It's so sad. I'm so sorry. It is. My PU is 021. I couldn't vote because as an elderly, I didn't want to be beaten up by the mob of thugs. The chiefs and leaders sat right there before the INEC officers. I had to quietly go back home. Wow. What have I got here? Eyewitness report. Mud elections at ballot boxes got snatched by hoodlums at Ado Langbasa Ward, PU 37 Badore, Silver Point. That's from Emmy in Aja. I have, that's Facebook, Instagram. You have to put narratives on this thing. The election in Jakonde, right? The election in Jakonde Estate, Okeafa, Isolo, Lagos is a complete sham. That's just what the previous caller, the last caller just said. Sham and disgrace to Nigeria. The APC thugs were on rampage from one polling unit to another, chasing Igbos and perceived LP members may not to vote. The police at polling units were handicapped and helpless. The army came too late, and when people must have gone, coming back again because becomes very difficult. Of course, when you've had to run away from violence. Of course, my PU is 002 Anglican Primary School. Anglican Primary School, Old Badore Road, Akesan, Igondo. There's voter suppression by APC thugs. I thumbprinted for my preferred party, but thugs were looking. There was no secrecy and the police couldn't do... The police couldn't do anything. I was almost beaten because I voted my choice. Wow. Adeoye from Mushin. To me, the reasons for the low turnout is because most people did not take governorship elections as the one presidential election. Governorship elections is a do or die affair in any state of particular tribes in Nigeria, including Lagos. That's the point. I'm fine for now. I have been indoors. Okay. That's the message that we got about being threatened to the slap and somebody coming to look for the person at home. She said, I'm fine, or he said, I'm not sure if it's a male or female. I'm fine for now. I have been indoors working on jobs for my work. The people threatening and intimidating people who are known people in the environment who are APC and APC loyalists. I'm going to be expecting them to harass me much later. Good afternoon. I wish to remain anonymous. My PO number 078 at the front of Oniru Palace was moved to another place. The thugs hijacked the PU. Only those voting for APC were allowed to vote. I voted today. There was an improvement in the security in my polling unit as about five FRSC officers joined the two police officers who were posted to the school with 3 PUs during the presidential election. The way and manner the party agents ran around to the extent of almost cross-checking those accredited with those on the voters' register. It makes me wonder whether they've been promised some goodies if they're able to deliver their polling unit. Dara from Agbado. Dara, so people are doing good work and you're not even happy about that. Unleashing of thugs because of election won't go after election. Yeah, point. Let's continue to support violence silently, directly or indirectly. Now all of us go chop breakfast. People should remember when the results. Thuggery matured. Sadiq from Ebutemeta. Great point, Sadiq. What have I got here? Hi yet again, Sergey. Someone knew this was the only way he would win and get his certificate of return. Be proud of it, Master Governor. I am Olodo. That's from I am Olodo. Good afternoon, Ma. I'd like to remain anonymous. Thank you for your constant efforts to remain objective in your assessment, in your statements throughout this election. May we have more people like you. That's from somebody in VI. Thank you very much. Polling units. What have I got here? Polling unit 001 004 022 021, all in Akeson. Right, here's what happened there. Good afternoon to you all in the studio. My name is Anonymous from Akeson, Lagos. I am covering Maji Agbe, Oba Palace, Open Space, Anglican Primary School, using polling stations in Akeson. The boys that I will mention in this message are perpetrating a lot of atrocities in the land, are known APC thugs. They are carrying canes and the werikwe, substance that scratches the body. Yeah, werikwe. As at the time of typing this message, a lot of non-indigens are being flogged to go back to their homes and they are not allowed to vote. INEC officials are yet to arrive as at the time of typing this message. The boys are named Stige, Fagbon, Shagun Eruku, Aberagba, Monday, Ogunbenwo, and co. Security agents are helpless, or should I say they are feeling unconcerned. I can also report that a House of Assembly member-elect is moving around Akeson with a detachment of thugs, mostly cult members, led by a certain son of Ajiroba of Akeson, Lagos. I just hope the security people are listening to us. I know you're not going to call in and say your security or whatever, but I do know, because look, if we said anything wrong, you'll be on our back straight up. So I know you're listening. So I hope you're writing those things down, right? Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. Lagos State, I know you listen to us as well. I do know this. So whoever's listening in Lagos State, I hope you're making account of that. All right? Let's answer more calls. Hello? Oh. You guys don't know what that feels like in the studio. Hello? Hello? Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, and I'm calling you from Adikula Papa.
Okay, what's your name?
Michael.
Ezekiel. Okay.
Michael.
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah. It is very, very disappointing the way the country is going. But then, I'm not going to join people complaining. I'll just take it.
Oh, I need your network to be good.
What do you say?
Yeah, your network keeps going in and out. Stay in the best area that you can. Go ahead.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Much better. Thank you.
Okay. We give the security agency too much credit. Like, we give them a lot of credit, and it is really bad. To know that they know about the atrocities happening now as we speak, it's very appalling, and they do nothing about it. to know that they are informed and well aware of how bad the situation is and they are not living up to their expectation is heartbreaking. We can talk from now to next year, to rapture. We are known for talking. And everybody knows that at the end of the day, Nigerians will always talk and agitate and complain. At the end of the day, there will be nothing done about it. In my area, Okito and Ikundayo.
Where is that? Where is that?
At Ajegule.
Okay.
Boys came in and broke a polling unit there and took the ballot box, like so confident. Not like they're so confident, and they took it with bike. Surprisingly, the police guys are around. The military. No, I don't blame the military because they work with others, right? They don't go without orders. The police personnel that are there. Do you know, minutes after the thing happened, they started blowing siren like people that carry dead body around. Whoa, and start, what are you looking for? What are they looking for? We have these people on TV. We have them committing atrocities and threatening people on TV, and nobody is being brought to the book. Our judicial system is failing. Okay, do you want to tell me now, I'll train a child and tell my child, please go and study law in Nigeria? Hell no. I won't do that. We study law in a lawless country, so where are we going? If we talk now till tomorrow, nothing will change except something is being done. Okay, at the end of the day, if you don't like it, let's go to the court. The court is corrupt. It has been infiltrated. The force has been infiltrated. The bad guys are more than the good guys. So who are we going to trust? Who are we trusting? People at the top of power are desperate for power. No, they are trying to help anybody, but they're just using it for their own selfish interest. Is it now that you know you have to go to the church to pray to God that you must win an election? Is God part of your political party? Would you come on social media, live video, and threaten people, having a police by your side? Yet, nobody is doing anything about it. So, to be honest with you, there is no amount of consolation or complaint or report or whatever it has to do to pacify the citizens, the well-meaning citizens, that we can say, oh, Nigeria is heading for a better end. Or we cannot pray it to happen. We have to make it happen. How are we going to make it happen? It has to be decision-making. What we do is nobody wants to die. No, everybody is living in apprehension. First, these people in authority has to take charge. Bring these people to book. Bring these people to book. It's not about going to church. It's not about saying, God, we do no such thing like helping anybody. Because He has given us right to handle the earth. It's what we do that God will put power to. What are we doing? So if people call into Nigeria Info and start saying, this happened here, the authorities are well aware of it.
I hear you, my brother. I hear you. Thank you so much.
It's okay, to be honest with you. It's painful.
Thank you, Michael.
Have a great day.
You too. You too. We have our last reporter on site.
Yes,
hello.
Hi.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Where are you?
That's Victor from.
Oh, Victor. I can't see. Hello, Victor. Where are you?
Yes. I'm in Kano.
Kano. Okay, talk to me. How is it going over there?
Yeah. In Kano, everything is going well. Election started as early as 8:39 a.m. I covered Taroni local government. And the first polling unit I went to is Taroni Kudu. Just like I mentioned, the election started very early there. But at that time, the turnout is a bit low because during the presidential election, people were hoping to start the elections early. So they came out early that time, and the election didn't start early that time. But so that was the main reason a lot of people didn't show. But later in the day, people later show up. But the second polling unit I went to at Daurawa, the turnout was massive. And one good thing is the beavers and everything is working well. Just day before yesterday, I spoke to the INEC spokesman in Kano, and he mentioned that most of the challenges they experienced, we noticed during the presidential election, they fixed it. And he also mentioned that at the end, after counting the result, they will put the result on their server. So I spoke to some of the presiding officers here, and they said the same thing. They said same thing. So we are hoping that that will be the case, yeah.
So in short, it's really gone well in Kano, right?
Yeah, it's gone well, but there are a few challenges. At some of the polling units, some of the voters, after casting their votes, they raise it up and show people who they voted for. So there was a bit disagreement, fight between some of the party agents.
Of course.
saying this is not right. But the good thing is the
well,
police,
we saw the president do the same thing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We saw him do the same thing.
And one funny thing is, one of the candidates, the governorship candidate in Kano, did same thing. I saw a video where after casting his vote, he still raised it up for people to see who he voted for. So it's just crazy. And talking about vote buying, despite telling people not to sell their votes and everything, we notice some people came in at one of the polling units, though their tag is showing that they are election observers. They were sharing material to some of the women there at the polling unit. So after they're done with what, because they want to to give you the wrapper, then you vote for them. That I think that was the agreement here. So after giving them the wrappers, they left the polling unit.
Okay. Thank you. So are you heading home now, or are you heading to are you still going to be driving around?
Yeah. Because my battery is a bit low, I went back home to get my power bank. So we'll go back and see how the counting will be and all.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for keeping us updated. Stay safe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. Right, I have 0PU073 Ward B. They're not allowing people to vote here, sending people away and beating up people. They also said no one is allowed to use phone, else they will go into secret cell. That's Ikeja Ward G. Crazy. Right, there's what's the handle on Twitter? Because I honestly can't see that well.
Shante 159.
Right, Shante 1 happening. Oh, can you remove that? There's a video that we're seeing happening live at Star Times Estate, Ago Palace Way, Lagos. The thugs entered the estate trying to cause havoc, but they were attacked back by the residents and some Hausa people. They ran away, but this one was caught and he has paid the price for the violent act. I can't tell you what I saw on the floor there. So, like they say, nobody has a monopoly on violence. Who's coming on after us?
Sandra.
So Sandra, okay. So here's what I would say. Do we need to start talking about... See, so I've never really kind of understood. No, I did, but I've not necessarily agreed with it. That's the honest truth, that each political party must have an agent at HPU, right? That's part of what they call structure. I think we need to have a conversation about that. We need to have a conversation about why so many people, because you go to a ballot, you go to a polling unit, there's so many people hanging around. Because if it's only supposed to be INEC staff, let's say it's 4 INEC staff, 3 police, 2 something, then you know who is supposed to be there. But where you have party, this party, that party, and there's so many parties, I don't know. Maybe that's the conversation we need to be having. Number 1. Number 2, I'm going to say something that it's not going to be very popular, really. I'm not here to be popular. Here's the thing. INEC is merely a sample, symptomatic of what we have going on in Nigeria. We point fingers at INEC, but INEC is one institution. INEC is also one institution that's supposed to be supported by several institutions, one of which is security institutions, right? INEC can only do so much. I'm not taking their fault away from them, but I'm saying to you, stand up and look at the parapet. Take a broader view and tell me what you see. The pattern that you see, that we know, that we've lived with, that we keep trying to change, for me, is the pattern that we've been reading out today. We have to go now. My girl Sandra, she's my crush. No, Zainab is also my crush, you see. I get in trouble. Anyway, Sandra's here. She's going to be coming on immediately after me. In fact, she's walking into the studio. Let's do a handover. We've been doing this quite well, haven't we, Sandra? Look at that kind of handover. And she's got my sort of quiet boyfriend, Andy. Don't tell Alaji, right? You know, kind of thing. Don't tell Alaji.
How did it go? What have you heard from Lagos?
Oh, violence.
Oh, yeah.
Violence, more violence. Governor said on his Twitter page there are security officials everywhere, but I don't know whether. I mean, I believe they listen to us. I do know they listen to us.
They do. On my way in, we met a military checkpoint, and the military officer was like, Sandra!
It is you!
It is you!
You abused me yesterday.
It is you! And then he had a gun, and I'm like, oh, God, what's going to happen here?
It wasn't me.
But he was very cordial, very nice, and he was like, I'm such a huge fan. I listen to what you do. Are you going to the office now? I said yes. He's like, okay, oh yeah, well done. No, why are they not allowing people to vote now? Yeah, I was like, what do you want me to say?
Why is he asking you? He's the one that needs to be answering.
Yeah, but he has his duty, and he's standing at a checkpoint, and so he has to stand there. I wonder if he had tried to vote, they would have said you looked Igbo. Because
they would have told me
because you're
you look more Yoruba than I do.
I've heard that I look Yoruba. Yes,
Sandra looks more. This is what I mean about perception and idiocy. Sandra actually looks more Yoruba than I do. Yeah. That's the God's honest truth.
I've heard I look Yoruba, but that's the interesting thing. What does a person who comes from somewhere look like?
Well, my girlfriend, let me make you laugh. My girlfriend, right, who I also manage, she would say, when she's saying somebody's going to call me about the job she's doing, she would say, their name is not Kunle, their name is David. And she said, you always call people, my son says this, you always call people by the wrong name when you first speak. And I said, because in my mind's eye, right, Big Bayo, knee skinny. So even if it's a Patrick that's calling me, I'm hearing knee in my head. It's ridiculous. I know we laugh about it all the time, but it's just like when people say they meet me, they said they were expecting me to be dark skinned. They say that to me quite a lot.
So it's ridiculous.
Perception is really dangerous.
If the politicians hadn't whipped up this sentiment, if they hadn't given their thugs these talking points, we wouldn't have people who were not the target.
If Mama Shukudi was not a euphemism.
Yes, we wouldn't have people who were not the targets be targeted anyway. The problem is when you target one, you target all.
Yeah.
That's it. Someone once said they came for this group, you didn't say anything. They came for this group, you didn't say anything. Now they've come for you.
And there's nobody there to speak for you.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
What a day it's been.
Yeah, meanwhile, some people are having small shops and Gbogbo in Lekki, that Lekki Admiralty side.
Yeah,
No, Lekki Admiralty. VGC, they're having a terrible experience.
Yes, I know. I saw. I even saw the Olusegun, the INEC chairman for Lagos there, looking a bit like, what, Sheriff? I don't understand. What happened? What happened? What do you mean? Oh, Sheriff. I'm sorry. You moved their polling unit and you didn't communicate it until the morning of the election.
You've only had a week, an extra week, an extra week to do so. And yet you have a candidate that's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sandra, I'm going to be handing you over to Sandra people. Enjoy. I'm going to go and look for food because I am so hungry. Bye. Please be safe. Don't let them stop you from voting. I know. Don't be a hero, but try. Online voting is what we're going to have to talk about next, right, Sandra?
That would be worse. No, that would be worse.
Lobaton.
We're not ready.
We ain't ready.
Not yet. Let's get this one right, babe.